Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Defend Your Units. And I already noticed that I did not have the names up. Here we go.
There we go.
With a special guest, MMA Maestro. How's it going, man? How you been? Looking forward to this card?
I've been good, man. 3 winning weeks in a row. I'm very
There you
pumped for
go.
this card. We got a really good fight night card set up in Abu Dhabi. So I'm pumped to break it down with you and get the check on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been nice lately. For the show bets, we've hit like 6 in a row, so we're looking to make it 7 in a row.
I
So
know.
definitely hang
I
around to
gotta
the end.
I gotta come up with something good. I can't break that
Got a lot
streak.
of pressure on you. I put a lot of
Exactly.
pressure on you already. So I'm like,
It's
we're
all
not
good.
losing. We're not losing
No,
7 weeks in a row.
let's go.
All right. But yeah, how'd you do at 304?
I did well. Just trying to rethink back to those bets. Um, I had Aspinall under 1.5. I
Nice.
had who else
Yeah,
did I have?
Bilal?
Patty. I did have I Bilal plus 5.5.
Okay, that
I
works.
didn't have the stones to do a full Bilal money line, but I just knew that style was gonna be a nightmare for Leon, who's just so he just did not throw nearly enough, and we saw Kamaru do it for an entire fight for the first one, and Bilal, like, people like to make fun of him, but the dude is legit.
Hmm.
Ever since he got on those PEDs, that
Yep.
dude is like a different type of animal.
Got that Russian vitamins, if you want to say Flintstone
Exactly. Yeah.
vitamins. But yeah, man, I was high on Leon. I'll be honest, but man, he did not look good like at
Mm-mm.
all. Like not even in round one and the whole fight. Like it's like he didn't want to strike, and he was just getting backed up against the cage, and he really wasn't circling at all,
No.
and he kept getting taken down. And I'm like, there has to be something wrong with you. Like I don't like this was like a terrible performance. And I'm not saying Leon is like amazing or anything like that,
Right.
but it's just he just looked a little off. But I mean, I'm not going to
Yeah.
take anything away from Bilal. He did what he needed to do and got the job done clearly.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I also bet on Colby when he fought Leon, and I didn't know Colby was that washed.
yeah,
But I just thought he had the style, and then I mean, Bilal is just a better version of Colby. So,
yeah,
um,
he's always had that like cardio and like grit, if you want to
but
say. He's a grinder.
no one's
Like
wanted it more. He just
yeah,
wanted it so much more, and it was
hmm
so obvious from the maybe it was this maybe like part of it was the time difference. Like Bilal was
yeah,
basically fighting a normal time for him. He
yeah, like
probably never
11 o'clock his
Yeah,
time.
he probably went to sleep like an average like New or Chicago time zone.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. We get some new blood, and Bilal's gonna stay active, and
Hope so.
Shavkat's coming, man. And
I hope that I
Dana
hope
White, when he wrapped that belt around him, he was like, "I've got plans for you, buddy."
he's just like, I didn't want this to happen, but it's gonna happen,
Yeah,
and you're getting Shavkat now.
it'll be a fight night. Won't even be a
Oh
pay-per-view card.
man,
That's how they'll
that
do them.
it'll probably be like co-main,
Oh yeah,
a co-main title
yeah.
fight for like Connor and McGregor or Connor and
That's a good one.
what's his name? Chandler.
Yeah,
As the main event.
yeah, dude, I'm pumped because that card's looking like that's gonna be the end of December. That final pay per view. Fingers crossed, because that's the first time going to Vegas, and I'm going to that card. So
Oh,
I'm
nice.
pumped up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
that you have a good chance for sure.
yeah. I mean, they always try and put something on big for that December card.
Yeah,
So I'm excited.
that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect card for that one too, especially to end the year off. But yeah,
Honor
let's
Vegas would be great.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, let's go through the chat here real quick and then we'll get started. I think we got like 13 fights. So we got Dixon Sider in here to hold on to your wigs, boys and girls. Just got confirmation Coach Habib will be in Umar's corner Saturday. Well, you better be, they're related.
Yeah,
So but yeah, he's usually in Umar and Usman's corner as well. So but yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But I mean, it's always a good thing if you have Habib in your
Yeah.
corner. What's
Surprised
Habib?
he's allowed out of Russia.
Habib wasn't in Bilal's corner, right? Not this time.
No,
One time he was, I thought.
he was when they were in Abu Dhabi when he
Okay.
fought Sean Brady. Yeah,
Gotcha.
And
Yeah, and look what he did. Wild. We got There Will Be Blood. Bro couldn't sub. Nate lame ass. Corey's way better. We'll see. We got Addicted to Combat Patty in the house. What is up, Patty? Said JohnnyKpicks Parlay is on fire. Yeah, we got the 6 weeks in a row. Gonna make it 7 this time. We'll do the bets at the end like we always do. So stick around then. Let's see. We got Real Fight Picks. What's up? Appreciate you coming out. We got Derek as well. Here we go. Early morning fights means late afternoon naps. There you go. And early drinking. Day drinking. I love day drinking.
Saturday
It's better than
day
night drinking. I'll tell you that.
If the sun's out, just one less reason. So.
Exactly. We got Alex in here. What's up, Alex? Finally getting the corrected time card after the last week's Shabacle scheduling. I agree, dude. I'd be pissed. Pissed.
Yeah, I could not imagine being like even like I can't imagine like what time it was for the Asian market too, because there's some like decent amount of Asian fans. So like there's so many Europeans that were definitely very, very pissed, but they're used to it at this point.
Yeah, but
we're the States. So.
It just rubs it in more though. They're like, oh, it's gonna be in Europe, but it's gonna be the same normal time, so you have to stay up later. It's like, what?
It just didn't make sense to me because it's not like they were like American fighters. Like there weren't like any European standouts on that. Like they had the like Aspinall, Patty, Leon. Like there was the Europeans there to bring those numbers up. I was surprised.
Yep. Let's see. What's up, Jay? New, you said turn the mic up a little bit.
Turn that mic up. Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I turned you up a little bit so I could hear you. You're perfectly fine. So.
All right. How's that? Oh, that's much better. I can tell.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And then I got Matt in here. What's up? Yeah, you got the mic fixed. We're all good. All right, let's go to the first fight here. It's going to be Cedric Dumas versus Denis Tiuliulin. Who do you like here?
Yeah, man. I'm liking SD Dumas in this fight. I think he's great, like vastly improving every fight, from his Contender Series fight and on. I know that he's, had some slip-ups in the way, but he's just, he's young in the game. I think he's going to be the much better athlete. He's going to be the much faster fighter. His wrestling's, I think his team knows what they need to do, and he's talked about how he wants to finish and how he wants to get a $50K bonus. And I think he knows that if he can get Denis Tiuliulin down, he's a fish out of water. Like, he has nothing going for him. I know Gregory Rodriguez is an amazing grappler, like world champion grappler, but how easy he split through that guard and right into mount was silly. Had him out of there at like 10 seconds in. I just think SD, I think he's going to be faster on the feet. I think it's dangerous if he, brings this into a slugfest, which is the only way I think that Denis Tiuliulin can win. Yeah, I mean, his one win is Jamie Pickett. Doesn't tell me a lot. He's just, a Russian slobber knocker who's going to go in there, fight for his money, doesn't care what's coming back at him. And I just think that SD can take him down at will when he wants and just kind of float on top and find a finish, either by submission or by TKO. But, yeah, I like the inside the distance on that one. I got it at, plus 125, I think, which is pretty good just because Denis is allergic to decision no matter what, win or lose. So, yeah, I like SD in the spot. Faster, more athletic, younger fighter.
Right on. Yeah, I'm the same page with you. I got Dumas as well. I think he's a pretty good striker. I mean, he does have power. He's a little dangerous on the feet. Does have sneaky submissions as well too. He can grapple. We've seen and wrestle. He does slow down, but so does Tiuliulin. Like he slows down too. He's more just a boxer. He likes to get fights. Make fights more of a brawl. And he can be hittable. His takedown defense isn't good. He does not have a ground game. He can't get back up. He can get submitted pretty easily. So to me, like Tiuliulin's only chance here is to keep the fight on the feet, which I just don't think that's going to happen. I think, maybe Dumas, hopefully he doesn't have terrible fight IQ and doesn't go for some takedowns, but I'm not saying he needs to do a wrestle heavy game plan here. He can just take his spots and get the takedowns when he needs to, but I think it's an easy path to victory for him. I mean, the price, I understand not wanting to jump out of your seat to go get a minus 225 on him, especially, but this, there's so many paths to victory for him. He would literally have to just not shoot for takedowns and probably get knocked out in order to lose this fight. But Tiuliulin, he hasn't even been to the third round. Last time he's been to the third round was in 2020, and that was against Ikram, where he got submitted in the third round. So he doesn't really go long in fights. So
no.
So to me, I like Dumas here. So I'm gonna say he gets a submission because I do think this fight will get to the mat. Or if he does crack him, I think he can get some kind of guillotine, like a club and sub or something like that. But yeah, let's go to the chat here. We got Johnny News and $10 donation. Appreciate you as always, Johnny. Is there a path to victory for Tony Ferguson? We were just kind of talking about that. What do you think? But yeah, we think Tony Ferguson has a chance with the Darce choke because Chiesa has been subbed 3 times by Darce, and Tony Ferguson I think has 3 Darce chokes submissions on his record. So I think that's the way he wins. I don't know if he could win a decision. I don't know though. I just don't trust him. That's it. That I just can't trust him enough to even
either of those guys.
I know either guy, to be honest.
He is 1 foot out the door. At least Tony's, all in on the fighting. I'm not saying he should be fighting, but
exactly
he's focused on
it. You would think Dennis would fix his game, but he never does. Yeah, he looks the same every time.
He doesn't want to. I mean, he lives in Moscow, like outside Moscow. He just gets paid to either get beat up or beat someone up, and then he goes home and enjoys his Russian vodka, I'm sure.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, people in the chat are saying that your volume is still a little low.
There.
Maybe try to unplug it and plug it back in or something, maybe.
Yeah, we'll give it one of those.
See what they say after that. Let's see. We got Scotty Law in here checking in, saying, "I won't stand for Tony slander. I'll find where you live." It's just business, Scott. It's just business. We got Tony been sparring, bros. Yeah, I saw that he had been you put in like 120 rounds or something like that. That's pretty crazy. So he never used to spar, I guess. He just used to do his little training. I think you might be better now. Go ahead, say something.
How's that? Is it better?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we go. We're in business, boys.
Way better.
Yeah, there we go. I can hear it too on my end now.
Okay, there we go. I could turn you down just a touch. How about that, everybody? Okay. All right, we'll go to the next one here. There we go. We're all good now. Jai Herbert versus Ronaldo Bedoya. Yeah, this is a very interesting fight. The more I look into it, the more I really think it's going to be very close. There is advantages and disadvantages for both guys, I will say. Herbert is more, I think he's the more technical striker on the feet. He does have pretty good power in his hands, but I think he will have the wrestling advantage if he does go to that. We've seen him do that in the last couple fights, but it's just the chin. He can be a little low volume as well on the feet, so that worries me a bit. Plus, he's a little older. He's 36 years old now. But Bedoya, he's mainly going to be a striker, a boxer. He's a high volume guy. Doesn't really have that KO power like Herbert could or should have, but he's very durable. He does have pretty good cardio as well. So to me, but he does get hit a lot too. So it's very back and forth here. But I'm just gonna go with Herbert, and I'm not very confident whatsoever. This is probably my least confident fight and pick. I do like a couple bets on this fight. I like the Bedoya plus 3.5 line whenever that comes out. I don't know the line odds for that, but I think that'd be a very good spot. I do see Bedoya winning 1 round at least, and I don't see a finish in this fight. If there is a finish, I mean, I would actually lean the Bedoya side, even though it sounds crazy. But I just don't think there will be a finish. But I think this fight will go to decision. The overs will be fine. But picking a side, I mean, for me, for betting a money line, I don't know. Like, I know a lot of people are on Bedoya, I see, and I totally get it. But I'm just gonna go with the experience, the more technical striker. Maybe he mixes in some wrestling and grappling up against the cage, slows Bedoya down, and gets a very close decision win. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. But like I said, not confident on the pick. But I do like the overs and the plus 3.5 spread for Bedoya. What do you like?
Yeah, man. I'm actually on the Bedoya side on this one. I think the move down to lightweight is a very good idea for him. He was too small, not strong enough for the 170 welterweight division. He just put out an Instagram post. He looks shredded right now. He's fighting, down at Shoot the Box. He puts out over 8 significant strikes a minute. So Jai's really going to need to slow this fight down. And I mean, we saw in the Chaos fight, Bedoya is a really good counter striker. He can strike going backwards. He's really fast hands, so I don't see, the move down to lightweight having an issue with his speed. Yeah, nice. My friend's better. Yeah, I mean, Jai's only 2 wins in the UFC are Kama Worthy and Kyle Nelson, who is a 145er at this point. I can't rely on his chin. at all. He was knocked out before he was knocked out in Cage Warriors as well. So it's kind of just like his chin's kind of been sketchy for his entire career, and he's now 36 years old. He's got a very similar style to Leon, and I just think that doesn't bode well for like against somebody that's putting out 8 strikes a minute. And it's going to be countering, and it's going to be kicking your leg, and he's going to be on you the entire time. Maybe his pace has slowed a little with this weight cut, but I just think Bedoya is going to have the faster hands. Herbert might be the more athletic fighter, but again, he's getting up in age, and at one point that's just going to stop, being in your favor. I saw in a couple of his fights that his hands are so low when he's in combinations, and when he's throwing kicks, he's just not defensively sound for how bad his chin is. Yeah. So I just think, and he likes to spin. He's explosive. He's tired by the third round, man. And Bedoya put it on Chaos in his debut, and then he just dropped the ball in his up the next fight against, who is that?
I think it was Song.
Yeah, some Korean guy. He was minus 400. Ridiculous. But yeah, I just think that Bedoya is going to be just too young. He's got a ton of experience. He's got 17 fights. So yeah, I think this is a good spot for him. If it gets to evens, I would pass on it. The lines come down a lot. But yeah, I like Bedoya. I like Bedoya by knockout. I think you can get him out of there in the second or third.
Yeah, like I said, I don't blame anybody picking Bedoya here. I think there is a path for him to win. Obviously, just be more busy, and then Jai just needs to slow it down and not get touched up on the chin. Which that's why I said, I just don't see Bedoya doing enough unless it's just by death by 1,000 cuts and just gasses Herbert in the third round and wins that way. But a clean knockout shot from, I don't think that's going to happen. It would just be later in the fight. So
I agree.
That's why I said I like the 3.5 spread. I'm going to look at that when that comes out. It might be like a parlay piece, or if it's for whatever reason closer to plus money, I think that could be a pretty decent single bet. Just depends. I was so mad that one week when Tavares and Park were supposed to fight, and they had Tavares at plus 3.5 at minus 140. It was insane.
I was excited for that fight. Yeah,
I was too. And I was like, no way, no one. This is going to decision. Park's going to lose at least one round. That's a free bet, and then that freaking blew up in my face.
Yeah, and then Park got sick or whatever.
Yeah, whatever happened. He looked great on the scale, and he was jumping around, smiling, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, what the hell happened, dude?
Yeah, it's almost like cutting weight's bad for you or something.
Yeah. Got Moneyline Mills. What's up, Money? I said stay with a cold ice brew. Indeed, it's fantastic. It's hot up here. Fading Herbert. Okay. As for much as I don't like Jaya, I'm getting a feeling that I need to respect him in the spot and just not bet this fight. Yeah, I would. I just, like I said,
that's
if you
a smart
want to
move.
bet it, I think I like the overs. I'll say it again. I think that's where it needs to go. Plus money, this fight not to go seems good. Okay. I think, but I don't think. I don't know.
Oh, also, Bedoya is 7-3 to decisions, and Herbert's 2-1. So, yeah. I mean, it's a positive, but he's still not a guy that's going to decision a lot of the times.
True. All righty. Next one we got is going to be Victoria Dudakova versus Sam Hughes. Who do you like?
This is a tough one, man, because Victoria Dudakova is going to be the faster fighter, better striker. But it's tough to back her, having seen her just not do very well against Jin Yu Frey on her back, at all. And there's health concerns on my end with her, because she got staph against Victoria Dudakova or against Jin Yu Frey and said that's why she didn't fight well. And then her next fight, she was pulled an hour before the fight. So I don't know what's going on. Is this going to be a consistent thing? I don't know. And then on the other end, you have Sam Hughes. Sam Page, it's they like to call her. She's tough as nails, dude, and she's going to come forward the entire time, pushing the pace, and just trying to get you down and make the fight dirty. She's going to need to make it gritty if she wants to have any real success. Because Dudakova, she's going to be a faster fighter. She's going to be a more explosive fighter. She's good on top. Again, her on her back was an eye-opener for me. I wish Sam Hughes was a bigger dog, because then I'd probably bet it, but what is it at right now? plus 145. I think that ship has sailed on my end. I think Dudakova can squeak out a sketchy decision win here. I just don't think Sam Hughes has what it takes on the feet to get her down and win rounds.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you too. I just don't trust Dudakova. I'm picking Dudakova. I think this fight will go to decision. Hughes is very tough and not very dangerous, and Dudakova is pretty good grappler. I think if I can't even talk. If Hughes can get this fight to the mat, I think Dudakova can stay safe, and she is pretty good off her back. She throws up submissions, and but the better striker, more technical with more volume, is going to be Dudakova. And Sam Hughes does like to eat a lot of shots on the feet, but it's just like you said to me. There's just I'm not sold on Dudakova. Like, I know what I'm getting from Sam Hughes. Not to say that it's the greatest thing in the world that what I'm getting, but I know what I'm getting. I just don't know what I'm going to be getting with Dudakova, because I can see the potential there. But like sometimes she looks good in one round, and then the next round she looks like crap. It's like two different fights, and it's like And I mean, even in the Frey fight. That was actually a close fight.
Yeah.
At least I thought it was closer.
She did not cover minus 700 whatsoever.
No. And, but yeah, I mean, the line's a little bit more appropriate now. If Sam Hughes was like plus 200 or better, maybe that'd be a better look. But I think the books know that they aren't even sold on Dudakova too. So you can maybe look at the overs for like a super safe parlay piece. You can maybe look at Hughes plus 3.5 again. I think she can win one round. I think she can just win by just control, maybe in a third round, when Dudakova has shown that she slows down a little bit in the third round. And Hughes is going to be there for all 3 rounds. So I think she can win at least the third round if it gets that far. So going to go with Dudakova in a pretty close decision, but like no real confidence. I just need to see more, to be honest.
Agreed. This is just a stay away spot on my end completely for this fight.
Was huge. Hughes fought much better. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And what's up, Rem Dog? Appreciate you coming out as well. Could Dudakova get an armbar? I mean, that'd be a path for her to win, but I don't know. As Hughes has only been subbed once, I believe. And that was a while ago.
One sub loss. Yeah.
Was that her first? No. It was to Vanessa Demopoulos. So.
Right. And like, Johnny News was saying she's fought the much better competition. She just lost to the majority of those women. That's the only issue. But yeah.
I mean, the Omorum fight was actually a good win for her.
That's true. She was plus 250. That was big.
Yeah, but that was when, like, I think she might have caught Jacqueline a little bit by surprise, because it wasn't that the fight where Sam Hughes like came out and just started wrestling. Like, we were like, who is this person?
Yeah, we were just used to her taking a beating and then just coming forward.
Exactly.
But maybe there's a new wrinkle, She's, maybe he's consistently getting better every fight down there in Texas at Fortis.
True. Yeah. What's up, Brian? Just got here. Did you fire Great Value Cody already? Damn, he was growing on me. The other Cody will be around. He'll be around. Guy. Yeah, for sure. If Frey wasn't tiny and old, she would have bet Lessenter. Agreed. If there was an atom weight, I think there'd be a pretty decent amount of good fighters in that division, because like I know Tabitha Ritchie would be one that'd be good. A couple other like really
Karate Hottie would have been a good one.
Yep. No bet on this one. Sam, more volume. Dudakova, more technical. I agree. This fight's going to surprise everyone, and you will see improvements made since her last fight. All right, we'll see. I'm extremely low on Hughes. She'll have to prove it to me. Agreed. And what's good, Dev? Appreciate you coming out as always, hanging out, talking in the chat, all that good stuff. Tell me some of your locks, Dev. Let's see. Next one we got is going to be Guram Kutateladze versus Jordan Vucenic. Who do you like here?
Yeah, man. This is a tough fight for me. I'm not fully sold on Guram as a fighter. I think he's a lot of fun to watch. I think he arguably should be 0-3 in the UFC. I mean, rewatch that Gamrot fight, and then when they do the interview, he's like, "You won." So I don't know. I just think that
the Demir fight, though, if you go back and watch
that's fair. Maybe that was retribution, But yeah, man, Guram's a slick kickboxer. Really good takedowns, really good anti-wrestling, very fast kicks. He's going to be the much faster fighter, I think, than Jordan. And I like Jordan as well, but I just think that Guram has enough to deal with Vucenic at this point of his in his career. We saw Vucenic against Paul Hughes. He got hit a couple times and just wasn't the same in the grappling. He had his back taken multiple times and just controlled. So I think I think Vucenic is going to find success here. I think it's tough when he's coming up and wait for his short notice debut. I'm not going to lay any money on Guram because he's 1-3 in the UFC and he was destroying Brener until he wasn't. And so this just screams meme finish to me for some weird reason. I think that like Jordan doesn't like fuck off. Like he stays on the press. Like he's gonna be there. He's a tough dude. It's just I don't know if Jordan's gonna have what it takes on the feet or the wrestling to really get a guy like Guram down and hold him down and just control him, which is like how he wins his fights. So I like Guram here. I don't like not really crazy about the price. And it's tough backing a guy that came off a pretty bad KO loss. So who knows how he's going to come out.
Yeah, I'm on Guram here. I might like him a little more than you. I'll be honest. I do think Vucenic though is very good. I think he's very solid. This is just one of those things I saw in the chat. And Remdog brings up a good point. With Fatima Klein, like everybody was like very high on her and like, yeah, she's very good. Don't get me wrong, but you have to look at the red flags here too. Like he's coming up in weight class. He did fight at lightweight in his last fight, which was 11 days ago, but he normally fights at featherweight. I don't think he's going to be the better striker. I think Guram's going to have that night and day. He's a very good kickboxer, Guram is. And I think, Vucenic, how do we say his brand name?
Vucenic.
Yeah, Vucenic's advantages to me are in the grappling, but Guram has very good takedown defense and very good like anti-wrestling. And he can get some takedowns himself and maybe, win rounds, maybe later rounds if it's very close. I know the Brener loss isn't all that great, but I will give him a slight pass because he did take that fight on short notice. And you could tell in the third round he was gassing. He was gassed. And he looked great in the first two, but just didn't have enough in there and he got finished. But, and like you said, arguably could have lost against Gamrot, but arguably should have won against Demir. So he does have a little bit of up and down in the UFC, but I think the talent is there. I'm not saying he's going to be a top 10 guy by any means, but he's very hard for someone's debut. So I do like Guram to win. I'm going to say this fight does go to decision. Both guys are very tough. Vucenic has never been finished either. I think his cardio will be okay. He's not going to like gas out or anything because it's short notice. But he could slow down just a bit just because, normally he does fight at featherweight. There'll be a little bit of extra pounds, but I don't think he's going to gas out or anything. So Guram by decision. I kind of like the overs in this one, too, if you want to be safe. But we'll see.
Yeah. I like all that. Fight. I just want to add, Guram's the black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I think Vucenic is a brown belt. Oh. So, yeah. I mean, like he came to the game with nothing, but what he's done is very, very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should be in the UFC for sure.
Like, 100%. Beat Morgan Charrier, took Paul Hughes beat Paul Hughes and then lost in the rematch. He's legit. I just think this is a tough test for him.
It is. And if he passes, there's gonna be so much hype on him. But he's going to go down the featherweight. That's his spot.
I'm excited. Yeah. So. Is this a Fatima Klein or is this a who fought in Abu Dhabi and got the third round sub?
Oh,
Hadley. Brazilian. No, the Brazilian who trains in Switzerland.
Lima? Lima?
Lima, yes, in Sweden at All Stars. Yeah.
And he was a small guy and he got the submission. So, yeah. I mean, we just said it, Hadley. Hadley went up from flyweight and got the decision, clear decision win, but Loughran. Dude, he had zero fight IQ, zero game plan. He's like, I'm going to go in and box when I'm the bigger guy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wild. But anyways, weirdly confident on the new guy. All right. He's a lock it in. Vucenic going to surprise people. I agree. That's the parlay buster Guram. All right. What's up, Kadesh? Are you listening to people who's
use meme finish for bets? LOL. Fair enough.
Is Guram chin weak? I don't think it's weak.
He just took a punch to the jugular. like right here. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think it's weak. Just one. He's normally durable though. So we'll see. Guraman over is safe in my opinion. I like the over 1.5 for sure. I don't know what the odds are for that. Do you see a number that on that? Yeah, I don't know. Lima and Lafren's not very good. No, he is not good at all. Not saying like whoever bet him, like it just his game plan was dumb. Like you're gonna go up against someone who struggles getting taken down at flyweight, and you're not gonna shoot a takedown to the second round, and you're gonna shoot him half-assed. Like it's terrible.
Yeah, and just box from range against a guy that was big for the flyweight division and had the speed to compete at flyweight. So it didn't make much sense to me either.
What's up, Herb Dean? This is funny. Hey, Johnny, are you selling your Harley after Sean exposed them? I don't have a Harley, dude. But that is funny. I like it. Lots of good dogs on this. That's fun. All right, next one here we got. We're moving up to Shamil Gaziev versus D1, our guy, friend of the show, Dontel Mays. And it's my turn here. Unfortunately, business is business. I'm going to go with Gaziev here. I know everyone's going to say red flags because of cardio and this and that, but it did kind of look like he might have gave up, but it was in the 4th round. And normally, like if you look at his record, he barely gets past a round and a half, but he is very dangerous early. He was looking good against Rozenstruik in the 1st round, and then he kind of tailed and he did get a little gassed, but he can wrestle. I don't know if that's a good idea, but he was taking some good shots from Rozenstruik as well as the fight went on. He was tough. He's durable, even though he didn't throw anything back, but he kind of just, I don't want to say gave up because it's for tyrant, but he kind of gave up. But Mays, on the other hand, I mean, what's good about Mays? Let's be honest. Like, he can wrestle. He doesn't really do it that often. He's very low volume. He does have power in his hands if he lands, but he can survive all 3 rounds. But he's just not great anywhere. He's one of those lower level heavyweights that in that big group of heavyweights where they just don't do anything, like Boudet, Collier, Porter, like all those guys are like the same. But at least Gaziev has, like, he's dangerous at least. So I got to go with Gaziev here. I think he does touch up Mays. Now, if this fight does get into the 3rd round, it could be a little dicey, but I just don't think Mays is dangerous enough to do anything. So you just have to, maybe whoever wins round 2 is going to win this fight. But I think Gaziev can win round 1. Mays could win round 3. So whoever wins round 2 is probably going to win it if it goes to decision. If not, Gaziev's probably going to get a knockout. So I'm going to go with that, either 1st or early 2nd round knockout. But Mays is, like I said, Mays is pretty durable actually. So it wouldn't shock me one bit if this fight goes over. And just as a sloppy heavyweight decision, we've seen it numerous times. So what do you think?
Yeah, man, I will say, the only thing that Mays has going for him is that he's 6'6" with an 81.5-inch reach. The dude has everything that you would want to be like. I mean, he has incredible reach. If he just fought behind a jab and a teep kick, that would be great. But he doesn't at all. He throws looping strikes. He's throwing
5 strikes a minute.
5 strikes.
I'm sorry, 5 strikes a round. That's what I meant to say.
Ridiculously low volume. The strikes he does, a lot of them, he's spinning kicks, like just opportunities for Gaziev to take him down. And I just think that he's going to be able to control him once he's on the ground. Like, Gaziev's only been to 1 decision in his career, win or lose, and he won the decision. I just think he was pushed way too fast against Jairzinho. And I thought he had success early. But yeah, he's a tough dude. He's not going to, like, he did give up, but I think that was more of the cardio issue, and didn't really think he was going to get him out of there. But I just can't trust Mays. I mean, the dude, people can say, oh, the size difference. He lost to Hamdi Abdelwahab, who was 6 feet even back like 4 years ago. That was a brutal one. I don't think he just doesn't utilize his range well. He doesn't utilize his just anything that he can do to improve his own like fight. Like, he just doesn't do it. It's crazy to me how he just refuses to use his athletic gifts and use his size. I just think the Gaziev is going to be too much. He can win. He can get him to the ground. He's going to be able to push a pace and pressure forward. and Mays is going to be worried about the takedown threat. So I think it's just going to open up the hands even more for Gaziev. So I also it's not a bad price on him. I mean, he was minus 190 against Jairzinho, and now he's only minus
220 or something.
215 against Dontel Mays. Like, Jairzinho is top 10 heavyweight, and Dontel Mays will never ever sniff the rankings. So yeah, I think Shamil is going to win this one. I could see a finish, but I got, like, again, this is sloppy heavyweight stuff. So another just stay away from me.
Yep. There you go. I like it. Let's see. Thomas likes Brener and Sam Hughes as dogs. All righty. We got Johnny says, I worry of a Mays KO. How good is Gaziev's chin? I mean, we kind of just said it. Like, he didn't lose to Rosenstruck, who's one of the hardest punchers in the heavyweight division.
He is a death
KO.
touch.
Like, I mean, technically, was it considered a KO?
Technically,
but it was just like he gave up because he was just gassed, and you can see it. Like, he was just kind of surviving out there, and then he did not want to get up and go into the fifth round.
No. No,
Like,
I just don't think he had the wind to do it. It had nothing to do. I think he's a tough bastard. I think he's got a good chin. He took big shots from Jairzinho and just ate him.
And he landed some good ones too. Like you said early, it just if you look on his record, most of his wins, actually except one, like you said, all of his wins are under 1.5 rounds, except that one split decision too.
Yeah,
like, it was super close.
Right, and this kind of reminds me of what's his name? How am I forgetting his name? He lost to in Brazil. He's Brazilian. He's got a brother in the UFC, the older one, Bonfim. He lost. Remember when he lost? He'd been finishing 1, 2, like first round, second round, first round, second round, and then he gassed, and then he came back against Lusa and was very patient and won that fight. So I could see that kind of plan from Gaziev too. Just like learning from his loss. I think he'll learn a lot from this loss for sure.
Yeah.
So I think we see a better Shamil than we did last fight.
Well, this was a good fight for him to do that too, because Mays is very low volume, so he can just take his time. He's not gonna have to worry about pressure. Mays doesn't pressure anybody. If he shoots a takedown, you can see it coming a mile away, and he just needs to just play this smart. Like, I think he could win this fight. Now, if he goes crazy and doesn't get a finish, then you're gonna be sweating your bet if you have Shamil by anything, because he's probably gonna gas himself out
for sure. And this is a home fight for him. Like, he lives in Bahrain, and I don't know if Mays is coming from Indiana or he's coming from New Mexico at Jackson Wink, but that's a far flight.
There we are. 2 different places in Indiana. I'm like near Chicago. He's near Kentucky.
That's a different, those are 2 different places.
Kind of Indiana, trust me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cody, if you're listening. Shamil by decision, I wouldn't shock me. I mean, I think Mays has been subbed a couple times at least. I know one was Rodrigo earlier in his career, and Gon was able to get a heel hook on him. Interesting. So it's possible. I think Gaziev KO within 7.5. That's a good one. Easiest way for Shamil is to get him to the ground. Mays won't get up. Yep. Gonna be a long flight home for Don. Don't tell me, Mays. Indeed, Effie. Dontel would be good if you gave him Nick Diaz's heart. Yeah.
Or John Jones Fight IQ, his own teammate.
Or any Cyril Gons, like
just anything.
You know what I mean? Anything. He just doesn't have.
I'd kill to be 6'6". My God.
Only thing he has is if he does land one of those looping shots, which he did against Orlovsky, and we already know his chin's already gone for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you can knock somebody out because you're a big heavyweight, obviously. So, but that's it. Like, that's it. It's just, I think Gaziev goes back to finishing fools early. Okay, we'll see. May's still going to get paid the real winner. Yep. UFC suspends Hamd. Yeah, I saw that. His second drug test failure. Nice.
Still not getting my money back when I bid Dontel Mays in that fight. Should.
I did too as well. And that's the last time for Dontel. Billy Mays here, my son. So not shot in this fight, but by his flex seal. There you go.
All right, Peter the GOAT.
What's up, Yang? Appreciate you coming out as well. Shamil inside the distance. I think that's a good look.
What are the odds on him ITD? I mean,
see. I'll go
Let me
to
pull those up.
yeah. Go ahead, look it up. Yeah, it doesn't have it on DraftKings. I have DraftKings pulled up, but
Yeah, they got minus 140. Not great on Bet Online.
yeah, if it was closer, like minus 110 or plus money, I think I'd
Mm-hmm.
be worth a stab. Maybe look at I know FanDuel does, like, do Shamil like rounds 1 or 2, maybe. Because I don't think he's gonna get a third round finish.
I don't
so that
know
might
if that's
get him
up
the
yet,
plus
but
money.
I think that's definitely a good bet. I think 1 and 2 would be. I think he's winning 1 and 2 at a very, very high clip and finishing at a decent clip as well.
Yeah, and if he gets a round 3 finish, or I'd be shocked. I'll tell you that. So you might be able to save a little bit of price there. Yeah, let's go to the next one. It's gonna be Mohamed Yahya versus Kau, if I said that right. Fernandes, and yeah, this isn't I'll just say it now. I think Fernandes is the better fighter. I will say Mohamed is very tough, very durable. He took a crazy amount of shots from Trevor Peek, and survived all that pressure early on. So I don't see him getting finished. I just don't think he's all that great. Like, again, one of those things where he just doesn't really have the talent. He's not dangerous, really. And at least Fernandes, he's going to be the way more technical striker. He's going to be way better on the mat if it gets there. The power, I mean, you can maybe Yahya ever so slightly, but like Fernandes is super quick with his hands. Like, he's got good combos. I think he's going to be able to land more on Yahya for sure. I understand the price tag, but I'm not playing it just because I want to see a little bit more from Fernandes. So I'm going to go with Fernandes. I think this fight goes to decision. I like the overs. I know the over 1.5 is very intriguing for a parlay piece, and you can even look at it. Well, actually, no, just a single bet. The over 1.5, it's set at 1.5. It's minus 160. I think that's a very good bet, personally. I see this fight going over 1.5 all day. So, but give me Fernandes by decision. I think he wins like a 30-27, like pretty clearly. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm on Fernandes as well. I think he's got this man covered. Interesting. Fernandes by decision is plus 250 right now on Bet Online. If you're interested in that,
I like that too.
Inside the distance, Fernandes minus 165. Yeah, man,
I just don't know,
Yeah.
man. Yahya is tough as hell, dude.
He's very tough. I mean, he got dropped pretty bad in his fight against Trevor Peek in his UAE Warriors Championship fight. Like, Yahya's been a 5 hard. Like, he's got the pace to go 5 rounds. He's just not very active. Like, he backs up to the cage. Like, he gets his back up against the cage so easily. It's crazy. Like, and Fernandes had a very, very hard out for his first fight against Mark Diakese. Like, Mark Diakese is very good and an underrated fighter with some slick wrestling and really explosive kicks. And I think Fernandes has some very, very strong kicks. He's just a little low volume for me. He's like not over 3 significant strikes around. He can be taken down, but again, that was from Diakese. I just think he's going to be the more skilled fighter, the more athletic fighter. I see him. He can beat Yahya by sub, can beat him by KO, can beat him by decision. Only thing happens is if he blows his wad in the first 2 rounds, and because Yahya is going to be there no matter what. But again, Kau has a bunch of body kick knockouts, head kick knockouts. Like, he's got explosive kicks, very flexible hips. But yeah, I mean, minus 400 is nuts. Because, he's traveling halfway around the world from Brazil. And this is, again, a home fight for Yahya, and they're trying to push him. But I also...
It's literally a legit home fight. I think it's their own... He's from Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, like, he's born and raised in... I don't know if he's born and raised in Abu Dhabi, but he's been training in Abu Dhabi for his entire career. Man, I just think Fernandes is going to be too fast, too explosive, too strong. Yeah, give me Fernandes... Now you got me thinking. I thought he was going to be inside the distance, but I think he's going to get a TKO in the first.
You go with your heart.
Yeah, I'm going to go round 1 KO Fernandes just because he's explosive early. Go look at his fights down in Brazil, and he's pretty explosive. So,
I mean, I keep going back to, if Yahya can survive Trevor Peek round 1, I think he can survive Fernandes round 1.
The difference between Trevor, Trevor loads his. I know, Trevor loads his shots up. And you can see him coming from a mile away. And Yahya has the chin, I think, to be able to get out of the way and still get hit and then be fine. But Fernandes doesn't. His kicks come out of nowhere, and so I think he can get him trained with that body kick and then go up high. Because I think that's the only way you're really getting Yahya out of there is with a freaking baseball bat to the head.
Yeah. Or if you get him down to the mat, you can probably get a sub. Pretty simple, to be honest. He's been subbed a couple times, and but he is pretty tough to take down, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. No, and Fernandes scrambles well. He had good scrambles against Diakese, but Diakese is just a little bit more experienced in that realm. But I think KO sub also an option. I see he uses grappling a lot to get up and sweep because I think he wants to get the knockout. So I think he's going to be itching for a KO here.
Okay, let's see. Lag says, why is Umar so big of a favorite when he hasn't fought anyone in the top 15? You could see the skills. Let's put it that way. And his name doesn't hurt him at all, I will say. But I think he's legit. I don't think he's some kind of like Shamil trying to push him up real quick and then all of a sudden he's going to face plant. Yeah. Unfortunately, like some of his fights got canceled. He had to fight some replacements. Unfortunately, that's not his fault. But he was supposed to fight. Who was he supposed to fight last fight? And it was that
I forgot.
It was supposed to be someone pretty decent. But I can't
remember.
Let
me check.
There's been a couple things like that. I think Brian Kelleher wasn't supposed to fight him. But then he got injured because I was supposed to see him and Corey fight in Nashville, and then Corey got injured in that Nashville fight. So it's like this is just wild.
Oh, and that was Corey Rob Font, right?
Yeah.
That's Snoozer. Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I was just like, me and Cody were down there watching, and we're just like, this was supposed to be Corey and Umar, not this bullshit.
Yeah.
But I understand why now because we didn't know at the time. I mean, he freaking hurt his arm and he was out for this is his first fight back.
Yeah,
so.
And he only fights like once a year. He's one of those classic Dagestanis.
True, and he got hurt too. So it's like
I know, but why are they always getting hurt? They're always like only fight.
Everybody's getting hurt. Corey got hurt. He was fighting, but he got hurt. But
that's true.
Everybody gets hurt. So
yeah, I'm excited to break that one down.
Yep.
Because Corey is no slouch.
No, he's not. Take out by KO. His last 4 fights have combined 56 and 16 record. That's good.
Yeah.
Shamil Fernandes bet the house. I like it. Peak also used that fight to try out his grappling. That's true. He did.
But I think Peak's also is going to be stronger than Cow is. Like Peak's a freak.
Dude does not give no fucks. Like, I love that style though. Umar Nate fight. FU Nate. Sorry guys. I was thinking this fight might go to decision, but I think the line is indicating Cow by sub. Okay. Yeah, I can see if this fight gets to the mat, I think Cow gets a submission eventually. But like you said, does he want to try to go for a KO? I think that'd be a little bit harder for him, but I think early on he's going to try.
For sure.
For sure. Seems like these guys get hurt from overtraining. That's true too.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I'm not in their camps. I don't know. I'm not going over there.
You're not a spy or anything.
No.
All right. We got the prelim. As a featured prelim, I guess. Alonzo Menifield versus Azmat Murzakanov. And who do you like here?
Yeah, man. I was just taping Azmat before this fight, before this show. And I just think that, Azmat, I was telling you earlier, he's a chubby middleweight fighting at light heavyweight, and he's got the speed, but he's got speed, man. He is a technical boxer. He was lighting Jacoby up for those first 2 rounds.
I was like, I don't want to jump
go
in,
for
but he kind of reminds me of like a younger, which is weird to say. What's his name? He just fought recently. He's a Russian. Oh, Muslim Selikov.
That's what I thought.
Like a younger version of him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I just think that Azmat is going to have the much better hands. He's southpaw. I know Alonzo's 2-0 against southpaws, but those southpaws aren't nearly at the level of Azmat on the feet. He's got pretty good takedowns, but he doesn't really want to use it. Like he wants to stand and bang. He wants to use that. He's got a crisp right jab. Like that thing bloodied up Jacoby's face in like a minute. So I just think that Alonzo's too hittable. He's coming back 2.5 months off. pretty, not devastating KO, but he got clipped hard against Carlos Ulberg. Like,
amazing fight IQ.
yeah, like I can't trust that dude.
What the fuck was that?
No, like the dude, he carries power for all 3 rounds. He's not a minute winner. Like, he relies on big moments. Yeah, he doesn't use his wrestling like he should. And he can get caught, man. Like,
dude, he can get taken down. I think he can get taken down by Azamat. I
agree also. Like, I just think that Azamat, while Alonso might have the power, like the sheer power advantage, Azamat is precise, and he clips the chin consistently. And I rewatched that Dustin Jacoby fight and the Devin Clark. Like, those jabs were knocking their head back. Like, he's a powerful dude. So yeah, I just think Azamat is going to be the faster fighter, and moves well with strikes. Yeah, I just think that Azamat has Alonso covered, unless he gets tired like he did against Jacoby. Then he could be a sitting duck. But again, Alonso has terrible fight IQ. Like, he beat the crap out. Like, he somehow got a draw with Jimmy Crute the first time, and then was knocking him senseless and was trying to go for submissions.
It was a fence grab.
Oh,
that's
right,
what happened with the draw.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Because I had Alonso that time as plus money, the underdog. I was so mad, and then I had him again at plus money, and he won that time. So
yeah. So yeah, I think Azamat, he'll find the win. I mean, he's only 13. He's 35. He's 35 years old. Like, Alonso has the more fight experiences, more time in the cage, but I mean, he could still be concussed. Like, 2.5 weeks traveling across the world again, and I just don't like his fight IQ. But I also like the under in this fight as well. I think the under 2.5 is pretty safe in this one, because Alonso's chin isn't great.
Yeah.
And Azamat has a good chin. So
yep. Yeah, I agree with everything you said, actually. I was going to say the same thing. I'm on Murzakanov for sure. Way more technical striker, way better one. He does have power, maybe not as much as Menifield, but enough to knock out Menifield, I'll tell you that. And, I don't think Menifield will use any wrestling. I really just don't, because I just don't trust him enough to do it. And that's his only, one up on Murzakanov is just his pure power.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else is even the cardio. I think the cardio is about the same. I think if this fight does go to the 3rd round, I think it will go to decision, to be honest. Mm-hmm. So you got the first round, second round are going to be dangerous. First round is going to be more dangerous, obviously. So we'll see what happens. Maybe Menifield will be, maybe he's going to go in there. Maybe he's going to run over to Azamat again and get knocked out again. But the more dynamic striker is going to be Azamat. I think he can use some of his wrestling more so than Menifield. And I like him more. I think I like the under too. I think that's a good spot. But the only thing that worries me though is what if they come out and they're just point fighting, they're both scared of their power. You know what I mean? And then the first round just goes by, and the second round they kind of get into it a little bit better, and then they slow down. Somebody gets a takedown, and you're like, well, that goes my under. Something stupid like that. So I would do, like I said, I do favor the under, but if this fight gets to round 3, it's going to decision 100%, because they're just not going to be there. Both guys' cardio is, you could see in the 3rd round, they struggle a bit and they're worn down, and they just hope for the best and they survive. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Murzakanov 2nd round knockout. I think it's just what happens. I'm going to say maybe early, but it wouldn't shock me if it's round 1 either. It's just more dynamic.
Yeah. I mean, also, Alonso's losses to Devin Clark and William Knight have aged like cat shit. They're so bad. Yeah.
I will say, I thought Menifield beat William Knight, but that's just me.
The fact that that's even a conversation is not good.
Well, I had that out of him, so.
This true, yeah.
I'm still holding out. So that was funny. Colostrum, what's up, man? It says Charles subs Elvis in training every day, so I'm hoping Elvis can stay safe on the ground with Joel. I think he will. All of us is different, man. I know Joel's. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm excited for that fight.
I think it's the next one. I'm very excited too. Do we bet by the name or region? I am. I mean, if sometimes you kind of have to, especially in Abu Dhabi cards. I think sometimes you just kind of have a feeling.
Trains out of Jersey, though. I'm pretty sure. I think he trains at a Silver Fox with Yanal Ashmus, but I might be wrong on that one. Pretty sure.
It says it says New Jersey. It's K Dojo Warrior Tribe.
I think that's what he's in. I might just be. I think I just named Aaron Blanchfield's gym, but yeah. Okay, I named the other Jersey gym, the Silverhawks one.
They're all Russians in there.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Out of Jersey. Okay.
Right across the water from me. I should go check them out. Just go get my ass kicked by a bunch of Russians.
Let's see. Joey, what's up, Joey? He said Tony via decisions plus 1,000 free money. Chiesa is just as inconsistent. Well, I agree with you on the inconsistent part. So it could hit.
We'll get there. I'm excited for that one too.
Yep. I agree. Definitely worth some beer money. Yeah, throw some beer money on it. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Decision looks good. Fight test round 2 parlay piece for this fight. It'll be sweaty as hell.
I'm not touching that.
But
I would actually coming off a KO in round 1 in 10 seconds.
I would actually do fight doesn't go the distance instead of that. I think it's probably going to be lined about the same. Let me see if it's out. No, it's not out. I think it might be lined about the same price. So I would look at that instead of fight starts round 2 if you want to. Let's see. Alonzo's not good. Yeah, he's not. Let's see. Next one here. We got the main card. Here we go. Joel Alvarez versus Elvis Brener. Yeah, this is going to be a very fun fight. Both guys, they have their advantages. Alvarez is super dangerous. He's a very good grappler. He's crazy big for the division if he makes weight. He has made weight those last 2 times, so I'll give him that. He has decent striking, but he's more so a grappler off his back especially, and he has good reversals if he does get taken down, which he does get taken down pretty easily. I think he just accepts it because he's like, okay, cool, I'll go down here and I'll grapple you. But Brener, man, like, he's a good grappler. He's a good striker. He's a dog. He pushes forward. We've seen him get cracked a few times, but he gets right back up and keeps going at it. Traditional shoot the box guy. Very durable, good cardio, even though his last fight he was getting taken down numerous times, but he looked good in the 3rd round still. I think he even won the 3rd round. But he was getting taken down way too many of the times that time. But Alvarez, he's the guy though that, like, he doesn't really have great takedowns. The way he gets the fight to the mat is he either gets taken down or accepts getting taken down. So
or drops his opponent.
Or drops. Yeah. But the way I see this fight happening or playing out is, Alvarez is going to probably look good early in round 1. And I don't know. I just see Alvarez either fading a bit, or Brener is just going to put a pace on him later in the fight and then win the later rounds, or maybe even get a late finish. Alvarez does not go to decisions at all. I think it's been a decision once. A lot of his wins are under 1.5, 2. A lot of them are by sub, and Brener's, like I said, Brener's grappling is very good. Is it Charlie Olive's level? I don't think so, but I think it's good enough to be safe at least. I don't think he's going to want to get this fight to the mat. He'll probably want to just outpace Alvarez on the feet. And I think it's going to be a very close fight, but I'm just going to go with Brener because I just think he's the bigger dog. Both guys are pretty good hammers, but I know who the better nail is, and it's going to be Brener for sure. I think Alvarez, if he gets clipped a couple times, like his durability is not with Brenner's durability. So give me Brener. I like his heart. I think he'll get it done. I like a lot in this fight. Brener at plus 165 is insane to me. The line's only going up on that.
It's a crazy price right now.
Earlier in the week, though, I did see Alvarez at like minus 125, and that was a good price for Alvarez, I would say.
That's when I got the SI jumped.
Brener, I would say Brener plus 3.5. If you think this fight goes to decision, which it very well could, I think he wins round 3. So I think that's a good spot to look at too. You can do the unders if you don't think that, if you're thinking differently. But yeah, this is going to be a really, really fun fight. And I'm just going to go with Brener to win. I'll say by 3rd round knockout. I think he gets it done. What do you think?
Nice. This is another one we're going to disagree on right now.
I love it.
From a pick wise, I'm going with Alvarez at this price, minus 190 to minus 200. I'm not liking Joel Alvarez. I got him earlier in the week. I think I'm at minus 130. I wish I got the minus 129, but
5 cents isn't going to kill you.
Yeah, that's true. Man, I think that Alvarez is going to have a big time height and reach advantage in this fight. He comes forward from the jump and he's looking to beat the brakes off of people. He's got slick elbows. He utilizes his range well with his teep kick, with his jab. Brener eats punches with his face. He's a shoot the box guy, so their defense is not there. He's a dog. He absolutely is so tough, but he was dropped in his fight against Oralbai in the first round. He was dropped against Guram twice, I think. One in the first, one in the second. I might be wrong on that though, but yeah, man. I just think Alvarez, he's very fast. He's very big. He's definitely a weight bully, but he somehow makes 155, so good on him. His only UFC losses are to Arman and Damir Ismagulov. The guy fighting for the title next and a guy who we thought was top 10 potential. I think Elves is somebody that could be a 145er. I think he's pretty small for the division, and he definitely could lose a couple pounds. He kind of looks a little chubby come fight night sometimes. But yeah, man, I just think that Alvarez does a great job punctuating his combos with the low kicks, and those things are nasty. And he's taken a year off because of his injury. He hasn't I think he had a fight canceled because of injury, so I think he's going to come into this fight healthy. I just think that I think that Alvarez can win at the distance. Elves can definitely take him down, but I know that people like to talk about how he trains with Charlie Olives, and I'm a massive Charles Oliveira fan.
I'm a massive Charlie Olives fan.
But Joel Alvarez is 6 inches taller, or 4 or 5 inches taller than Charles Oliveira, and he has extremely long arms. It's tough. Sometimes these guys, you think you're safe, but he has such long limbs that if you've ever rolled with somebody, I've rolled with people that are 6'4", I'm 6 foot, and you think you're out of something, and their arm just keeps coming, and then their forearms, Anyway, I don't need to go into that, but I just think that man, I think that Joel at this current price, I'm not liking it, but I think he's just going to be too much. He's too aggressive. He's going to be hunting for a finish from the jump, and Elves kind of needs to get hit, needs to get knocked down to really get going, I feel like. But he could definitely find takedowns. And if he can stay safe, then you can ride out a decision win. But yeah, I'm also a big Joel Alvarez fan, so take that with a grain of salt. But I got, I'm thinking Joel Alvarez, second round KO. I think he gets him. Okay. I rewatched the Thiago Moises fight, and I know Moises and Elves are very different fighters, but the lack of, Alvarez has a great chin. From what he does get a little wild in the pocket, but he can take a shot. And the only reason he really stopped with Arman was because he got that brutal cut and he broke his rib. So yeah, I thought Arman was going to win regardless, but yeah, I'm excited for this fight. This is probably my most excited I am for any fight on this card.
Yeah,
for sure.
This is definitely one of the top 3, 100%. And I could see anything happening. It's going to be wild and crazy. So I do like the under, though. If you're going to do an under 2.5 or whatever for a little safe parlay piece, I think that happens. Both guys are just going to go for it. So
yeah, I think there is a good live betting spot for Elves as well. He's going to, I think Alvarez he's going to come out early. He's going to look like a big time favorite early. And I think if he can't get him out of there and he's not hurting him, I think if you can get Elves even better than he is right now, then definitely wait on it. I think you get up to plus 250, plus 300. Maybe he gets dropped like he does in all of his fights. And then he comes back like a bat out of hell. So yeah, I'm very excited for this fight. So
there we go. Let's see. I know a sharp that killed the Joel money line. Okay. Well, now that'll do it. What's up, Honor? Pick 'em raid. What up, Covert? Appreciate you coming out. He's too tall. Johnny K is goated. I'm not goated. I bet Brener and Bedoya. I like it. I like them both because I'm a savage.
Would you parlay him, or was it just straight up? Let's know.
Well, if you're a real savage, you'd parlay.
Yeah.
Imagine Johnny with a lower taper fade. I got a fade. Brener gasses, but I don't think he will gas or get subbed. Twizzy, what's up, Twizzy? Brener could gas Alvarez. To be honest, he seems to have a knack for that by now. Yeah, it's just later the fight goes, I like Brener, and early fight, I like Alvarez. So one of those, it's what happens, we just don't know.
Alvarez didn't look that gassed when he lost to Damir by decision. I don't think that if he pulls a crazy pace, then of course he's going to get tired.
Well, Brener does put a better, at least higher pace than Demir.
Mhm.
Demir's more so like let's fight in the middle of the ring. Brener's like, I'm pushing forward, I'm gonna get hit, blah 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 blah. If I get knocked
That's
down,
what I'm worried about, man.
up.
He's going to push forward and he's going to get hit, and Joel can frame him up with one of those big time elbows. Like, yeah.
The numbers, Mason. The last name is 80% of the reason, especially if you're at Abu Dhabi. Yes. EV, OV, those you're gonna pay the tax. We got Lou Betcha in here. What's up, Lou? Johnny does it feel that soccer god, the slayer of fanatics, the man with the plan? Canal Panama's truth. Yeah, I saw that you got that crazy Patterson by sub. Bets one. That's awesome, dude. What was it? Plus 1,000. Like the Fanatics messed up that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw Lou Betcha on Twitter was saying something about how he got paid out for it. So
dude, that's awesome.
Good on you. That's fucking sick.
Took 4 days, but you got it.
Scummy on their part, but classic.
Fight doesn't go. I think that's a good parlay piece if you like it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, the Tower of Power. He's still going.
Too sweet to be sour.
Elvis has pillow hands. He knocked out Krzyzewski.
That was on like 2 days' notice, and Krzyzewski's terrible.
It looked good. He went down like a sack of potatoes.
It's true. Yeah, that was a scary knockout.
What's the best fighters to put on a parlay? This card, I think Gaziev is good.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dumas is good.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Guram, but that's just me.
Yeah, those are the three I would put.
And you got a couple on the
and Figgy.
Figueiredo. I like Figgy.
Yeah, I'm on.
Now
Figgy.
you don't have to parlay him.
No, I know.
Fantastic. Maybe the Maestro has the background propaholic wishes.
Nah,
that is true. That is very true.
Nah,
you just need that piano.
I know. I just need the piano, right? I have like 2 rooms in my apartment. Like this is one of them in my bedroom. So don't worry. This thing's tiny.
There we go. Covert likes Bedoya, Shara, Figgy, Umar. I love it all. There it is. Well, plus 1,000 is awesome. That's a good parlay. Reach advantage guys are losing more than winning lately. Yeah, they do have like a 60-something% if it's like 6 inches or more reach advantage or whatever. But Brener is a dog. Yeah, I think he's just a bigger dog. Sometimes you have to go with the bigger dog in him and just hope that he can survive round 1. That's it.
There's a lot of people in the rankings that I would like if right around Elves or Joel Alvarez, that if they were fighting Elves, I'd be all over Elves. Like I just think that Alvarez, dude, he's aggressive, man. Like, like yeah, and his like if he drops Elves at all, like he's gonna latch up a sub very, very quickly. Like Oralby isn't that type of fighter. Like he dropped Elves and immediately went for a takedown, and Elves was like, I don't know what's going on, like ridiculous. Like I just think that if given the chance, Alvarez is so aggressive. Yeah, no one's finished Brener yet, but I don't think he's fought anybody that has the finishing potential that Alvarez does.
Yep. Yeah, you know me, Lou. I always go for the minus 1,200s only. Tell me what an Alvarez decision looks like. I think if anyone wins by decision, it's Brener. Personally,
Alvarez has never won a decision, so
I think he's never. Yeah, he's only been lost a decision once,
and that was to Demir, and he lost.
Yep.
Again, not a bad decision loss to have, but he could. That hypothetical, like if he drops Elves, though, I just think he's latching up a sub. Like, yeah. I just think those long limbs are something else that you can be a really, really good Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy, and sometimes just the size and the length can be too much.
Did I skip it? Alvarez has a 4-inch dong advantage too on Tapology. I rolled with both. Only Alvarez bought me a meal like Dorothy Mantooth.
Dorothy Mantooth, I love that one.
There you go. I thought I put it up there, but I guess I didn't. All right, moving on up to the next one here. Interested to see what you think about this one. Mackenzie Dern versus Lupita Godinez. Who do you like?
Yeah, man. I think this is a good loopy spot. I think this is a good fight for her to come back to. I think that she's got Dern covered everywhere. I think that she'll have big time wrestling advantage. I think she's faster on the feet. Yeah, I just don't think that Dern is as good as we think she is. Like she dropped Hill, she beat up Hill. That was a very good, like impressive win. I think that Hill was
her best win by far.
Yeah,
even though she didn't get a finish, like that was her best win by far.
Beat her up over 5 rounds. That was crazy. But yeah, I just think that Godinez, she's a super hyper aggressive wrestler. Her one knack is her fight IQ is brutal. Like her deciding to go for leg locks against Jandiroba was ridiculous. Although I will say I think Jandiroba is the much better wrestler, obviously, and a more aggressive and more powerful grappler. So I like Godinez in this fight. I think her training with Alexa Grasso only does good things. Dern has been going back and forth between camps. I don't know what her deal is right now. But she's tough, man. Like she's going to come forward no matter what. She just can't get fights to the ground to save her life. And her only submission wins are against people that have been submitted multiple times in the UFC. And again, are no longer in the UFC. Godinez, she was in some bad spots against Jandiroba. And she was wasn't worried. She was fighting out of it. She was getting the hands. She was fine. Like, I think that she's younger. I think Dern is kind of getting out of her prime. She's been in the UFC for a while. She's been getting beat up recently. Like she got beat up against Lemo. She got beat up against Andrade. Yeah. I just think that the wrestling and I just think that Godinez is going to be a little better on the feet. So I think this is a very good spot for the over. I think it's not priced terribly. It's like minus 245, minus 250, I think, last time I checked. Neither of these girls, outside of Dern's loss to Andrade, have been finished. So I like Godinez in this spot. I like it. I think it's a good comeback for her. And I don't know what Dern is up to. I haven't checked her Instagram. I don't know if she's really, her head's all the way in it at this point in her career.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. Like, I just keep going back to the Dern fights, and I'm like, the Angela Hill fight, literally, like I just said, like the best win she's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
But like, even though she didn't get a finish, that was like the greatest performance ever. And then she comes in, look against Jessica Andrade, which I know who is a better fighter, probably, if you want to say. But like, you could tell she took like 3 steps back from that whole thing, and maybe she wasn't at the same camp or whatever. And then against Amanda Lemos, like didn't look as bad in that fight against Jessica Andrade, but it still wasn't good. Like a lot of these fights, she just doesn't really look good. The Tisha Torres or Pennington fight, I don't think she won that fight. Like,
wasn't that a split?
It was a split.
Yeah.
I mean, all Mackenzie Dern did was basically just hang on Tisha's back, and she didn't get any takedowns because she couldn't get any takedowns. And like, Tisha was piecing her up. I don't understand why the judges gave her that win, but that's just me. But if you go back and look at meaningful wins other than the Verna win, which that fight was very close too. Like, it's just Angela Hill, and she could be on only win 1 out of 5 in her last 5. So every time she steps up a little bit, it just doesn't seem like she doesn't match it, or she even goes back down. So I can't trust that. And I know Loopy, like, don't get me wrong, like I'm a ride or die Loopy fan. I usually bet her and or pick her in most of her fights. But and she's done some stupid fight IQ things too, like not trying to go for takedowns against Angela Hill, and look what happened. She lost that fight. But she has shown some good fight IQ moments at times too. So she's a little bit hit or miss too. But this is just style matchup. Is like, Loopy's clearly going to be the more technical boxer. Maybe Dern has more power, but Loopy's going to have way more speed on the feet. She's going to have way more combos. She's durable, just like Dern. And if this fight does get to the mat, which honestly, I don't think it will, it might once, but like you said, in the Loopy versus Verna fight, like, Loopy was able to stay safe with everything that Verna did and was able to finally get back up. And even though she did lose, but it's good to see that she can survive submissions like that. And Dern's not the wrestler Verna is at all. So I gotta go with Loopy here. I get like why everyone wants to pick Dern and maybe still believes in Dern, but like, I don't.
No.
She's gonna have to show me. She's only shown me once, and it was against Angela Hill.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everything it just looked worse and worse, or the same, if not, and just hasn't improved at all.
No.
So that's where I'm at it. But I mean,
I also love to fade Mackenzie Dern. So
I usually do too. I think the only time I didn't fade her was against. I don't actually, you know what? No. I think I picked I bet Angela Hill. Yeah, I actually bet against I bet against her every time. There you go. So it is what it is. Let's see what the chat says as well.
I want to know, does the chat know if she's back with Jason Perillo? Is she back boxing with him?
I think somebody in the chat said so, but to me, like, I don't think it's going to matter for this camp. I really don't.
No.
I don't think she's going to improve her striking defense. And when she was with Perillo, she looked good in like one round, and then she got tired and she was sloppy again. Not as sloppy, but like she's just there to get hit.
You go back to your base roots when you're tired, and she's got a lot going on. Like, it sucks for her. Like, maybe her divorce has ended. Like, she's not dealing with that anymore.
I think
but
she's married again.
Oh yeah,
or seeing someone.
Or she's seeing Tricoli.
Yeah,
I thought.
I don't know if they're married, but
he's probably, she's probably got a shit ton more money than him with all her fights and win bonuses. But yeah, a lot, just question marks on the Mackenzie Dern side for me.
Yeah, it's too many. I mean, like I said, I know Lupi's fight IQ sometimes isn't the greatest either, but I do trust her more than Mackenzie Dern.
Mm-hmm. And Lupi has come down. She was a bigger underdog, and now it's about plus 100.
Yep.
Let me see what the over 2.5 is, because
I think it's minus 250.
Ooh, that's a good price.
Yeah, you could even look at the Lupi plus 3.5 if you like minus 165. I don't think that's bad at all.
That might be something that we talk about later.
Yep. Scott Lawson, real talk, Johnny. Could you take Lupi? I say no. You gas, and she subs you in 45 seconds. I don't know about 45. You can give me like 2 minutes at least. But yeah, she probably beats me.
She's 5'2".
Yeah, she probably beats me.
I mean, she with the Perillo this camp. Yeah. I mean, Lupi's sister is in Paris right now in the Olympics. So, could be a big weekend for the Godinez family.
Yep. Yeah, Dern destroyed Hill. He'll beat Godinez. Dern gonna beat. Oh, I'm not doing MMA math.
MMA math. If anything, MMA math tells you that Godinez is going to beat Dern.
Dern is not very smart either, so be careful, Thomas.
But like it's so like they pushed her so fast, and like they want her to do well so much because she's got a big butt and decent face for MMA. But like, I don't see it. She's also on a massive contract, so.
Effie brings up a good point. Perillo got to have some blackmail on these fighters. They get outstruck all the time and never leave them.
He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, Armando's bringing some extra insight, and boys, here's my massive nuts parlay. Sam Hughes, Umar, Dern over, Shara over, and Esmat. Okay,
take the Umar out of there. There's no reason to have him in there.
Yeah, there's a reason.
I don't think he's going to win. Yeah, I don't think he's going to cover price.
We got Aussie in here. What's up, Aussie? Appreciate you coming out too. And our guy, Blood Money MMA Bets. What's up, everybody? Maestro is a great guest and capper. Yeah, he's all right.
Decent.
We had to work his mic a little bit early on, but
we figured things out. Yeah. Hope all's well, Cody. Hope you're enjoying the summer, my man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming out as always. I will never put a nickel on Godinez. Oh, come on, guys. She's not that dumb. We've seen way worse. Way worse.
I think it's like people like to call her dumb because she has like there's points where she's making really, really good, she's making the right decisions. She has everything. And so, a couple of these lapses in judgment just stick out a little more than I think compared to other fighters.
Yep. Lupi won't go for grappling as I don't think she should. I think she's way better on the feet, so keep it on the feet.
We need someone in the Lobo gym. We need to tell him, don't go for the takedowns.
Yeah, do not. Yeah. And that's the problem with Lupi sometimes. You want her to go for takedowns, and she doesn't. Mm-hmm. And then you don't want her to, and she does. And you're like, that's the only thing I will say that I'm just like, it's very frustrating. But that's just a game plan thing, I think. It's not more so fight IQ.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
He's got a good question. Who is Lupi beat? I mean, beat Tabitha, and it's not easy to beat Tabitha Ricci. She
Tabitha's a good
somehow
win.
squeaks out wins. Like she is like a little, yeah. She I don't know how she squeaks them out,
That
but
should
she
not
gets
have been
them.
a split decision.
No,
It was already a pre-written scorecard for Ricci.
I bet on Ricci, and I was like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
like
Lupi won clearly unanimous decision. So
yeah,
that's a good win. I mean, that'll be a good fight if it was Ricci versus Mackenzie Dern.
I
would actually be a little bit torn, to be honest. I don't know who I would pick.
Yeah, I think Lupi's going to have enough to stay safe and just win on the feet.
Yep. Yeah, James says Dern is tough as hell, but so is Lupi. Yeah, both girls are tough. I don't see a finish unless it's a sub. Maybe probably by Dern, but like Lupi's never been subbed. So
who was Dern's last sub? Let's see.
Was it Hannah?
When was her last?
Cyphers.
I think it might have been Hannah. No, Nina Nunes in 2021 after having given birth.
Yeah.
No, like, yeah, like what are we talking about here? Like she beat her by armbar. Random Marcos, Hannah Seifers, Amanda Bobby Cooper. Who? Like, who are these people?
Yeah.
I actually do remember that fight, so I shouldn't be saying that. She'd probably kick my ass too. But anyway, yeah, I just she like I get it. She's due for a sub, but she's fighting a much better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner compared to the fighters that she subbed.
Yep. All right, we'll go to the next one here. We got Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chiesa.
Our main event.
People's main event. I know a lot of people are going to be on Tony, and I get it. The price is right. He's like plus 400 or more, but I just can't. I can't do it. My heart hurts for not doing it, but I got to go with Chiesa. I don't know how he wins because this fight is weird. I don't even really want to like try to break it down because if you think it's going to go one way, it's probably not. Because I could see it go like 5 different ways. I can see Tony wrapping up a Darce choke in the first round. I can see Chiesa trying to get some grappling going and just doesn't get subbed and he's fine. He wins the minutes that way by decision. I can see Tony maybe getting a spinning elbow knockout or a club and sub or something like that.
I think I'd die if that happened.
Yeah, it just
of happiness.
Yeah, everybody would. Trust me. But I mean, realistically, I know everybody knows in the back of their mind, they're just hoping that Tony wins. But gonna go with Chiesa. Like, I mean, you can't trust him, especially at this price. Like, he's fought once a year. He's not. I don't know if he's really training. He's always on the, the desk behind the desk, if you want to say, breaking down fights and coaching. So, again, I'll just say Chiesa because I just think I don't know. Maybe he's just not washed 100% yet. He's like 98. So I think Tony might be. He's lost 7 in a row. It's hard to back somebody like that. And he's 40 years old, like legit 40 now. And probably UFC years, he's probably like 65.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Tony's life.
Yeah. So give me Chiesa. I'll say by a crazy decision because I just think Chiesa is going to have too much respect for Tony to not finish him. Tinfoil hat. What do you think?
I don't think that's a bad call right there, actually. But the UFC fan in me is going Tony Ferguson, and I have to do it because man, like, the Chiesa's more out the door than Tony is. Like, Tony's at least trying. Like, he's putting everything in like he can. Like, he's not going to give up on himself. He's going to be there all 3 rounds. I mean, his fights recently have been not like Paddy Pimblett, Bobby Green, Nate Diaz, Michael Chandler, Benil Dariush. Like, that's a murderer's row. That's a tough schedule. And then I just think that Tony's going to be the better one on the feet. He's probably going to be the faster fighter. Tony's big, like taller than Michael Chiesa. Michael Chiesa is not a big 170 like big welterweight, former lightweight. His hands are. He doesn't have a single knockout. He does not believe in his hands. He does not like getting hit hard. Like, he taps so quick. Meanwhile, Tony, you're gonna have to put that boy to sleep. Like, he's not gonna give up on himself. And at this price, at plus 475, that's ridiculous. Like, that's crazy.
It's pretty ridiculous.
So, like, he was plus 260 against Paddy Pimblett, and now he's plus 475 against Michael Chiesa, who hasn't won a fight since his Neil Magny win. What was that, 5-6 years ago? Like, don't put Michael Chiesa in anything unless it's a prop. Like, don't touch that line, obviously.
It's awful.
I think under 2.5 is live. But I also don't mind I like that call on Michael Chiesa, not finishing Tony because he likes him. But yeah, man, I got to ride with Tony. Got to go with the blades and shades. But
there you go.
he is he's a shell of himself. It's so sad.
Yeah.
I remember when he fought Justin Gaethje. That was the last time I bet on him. I was like, "Oy!" Like I saw it. Like, he's just so hittable, and he can be taken down. Like, and I think that Chiesa can get the takedowns. But like again, like Ferguson's not the type of dude who's gonna like get subbed immediately. Like he's very proficient in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He just got tired and he got put in a bad spot against Bobby Green. But there's a lot going on in Tony's life, man. Like, I don't know if you guys follow it, but divorce, restraining order, like a lot going on. DUI, like that was all in the past year and a half or so. So a lot going on. I love the dude. He's the reason I got into like UFC was watching Tony Ferguson fight. It was crazy. But yeah, I got one last ride though. One last ride. Let's go.
My
Kukui plus 475, half a unit. Not even doesn't deserve a full unit, but yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna be. It's not even contrarian to pick Tony Ferguson because everyone's gonna ride with him. But yeah, I think
you said it right. The UFC fan is picking
exactly.
Tony Ferguson. Yeah. That's all you need.
Let's see.
That's your breakdown.
Exactly.
Ulysses, what's
true, dude? Ferguson still has power.
Yeah, like a spinning elbow or something crazy. He can do it. You got to bet Ferguson. It's a setup for him to win and go out. Could be.
I think it's a setup spot for either fighter to win and get out.
Yeah.
I think both are done. I don't think Tony wants to be done. I think the UFC is like, you're done, bud, regardless.
Wouldn't be stunned if either guy gets KO'd or subbed, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anything can happen in this fight, literally. The other guy hasn't won in how many years? Like 4? Yeah, both guys haven't won in forever. Chiesa, what's up, Ricky? Chiesa at minus 600 or something I never thought I would see. If you're betting him, we can't be friends. Tony does have a Darce. Yeah, we were kind of saying that too earlier. Tony has 3 Darce choke wins, and Chiesa's been subbed 3 times by Darce.
Mm-hmm.
So,
also, what up, MMA Ricky? How you doing, bud?
What's up, man? Tony's been on the longer losing streak. Yep.
Yeah, but that 12-fight winning streak was legendary.
It was crazy. Let's see. I wish they would have done Tony versus Nate stateside for the double retirement. Yeah, that was a weird fight. But then again, wasn't that all? They were all mixed up or whatever.
Well, they were going to have Nate Diaz versus Hamzat and Tony Ferguson versus Jing Liang. No, he had against Jing Liang, the Chinese guy, who was going to knock him out within like a set. Like that was going to be brutal for both of them. And then Hamzat decided not to miss weight by 12 pounds, and Kevin Holland's a G, so he said yes and made a shit ton of money. I heard like his increase was like some ridiculous number. So good for him because that dude's raking in money.
All right, next one here, which is another one of those fights where I am looking forward to, is Marlon Chito Vera versus Davison Figueiredo. Figgy, who do you like?
Yeah, man. So this one was tough for me, but after the tape study, you have to go with Davison, in my humble opinion. I just think that he's going to be I know he's going to be the much more active fighter. He's going to be throwing a lot more out there. He's got the wrestling upside. He's got the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu upside, in my opinion. Vera, if fights weren't timed and this was until someone dies. Vera would win every single fight. He would be undefeated and he would be the champion forever. That dude is crazy tough and has crazy cardio, but he's not nearly active. Like he's just not active on the feet. He's not throwing enough, and he takes so long to download stuff, and it's just not great against a guy like Figgy who has the wrestling and grappling capabilities to take his back and hold him there, like what Jose Aldo did to Cheeto for 2 rounds. Like he lost the first round to Cheeto, and then he was like, "Oh shit, I got to start grappling," and then realized how easy it was to grapple with Cheeto, and then won the final 2 rounds pretty easily. Like I just think that Figgy is going to be like Cheeto is probably going to be the stronger guy, but since Figgy came up, he's looked really good, man, and his wrestling has looked top notch. I mean, it's not easy. Like I think it's much harder to take down Cody Garbrandt than it is Cheeto Vera, and we don't see Cody Garbrandt put in those positions. Like I think that Figgy is a very, very, very well trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner and will have that edge big time. I just see Perillo barking at like Vera, you gotta go now, like come third round. Like he's just not active enough. He's gonna drop the first. He's meant for 5 rounds. This is 3. Yeah, I just like he could crack Davison. Like, you know, Davison's coming up in weight, but his only KO loss was when his eye got shut. But like I think he's gonna have the power. I think, you know, he's gonna be able to get the respect from Cheeto. I think it's a good play here for Figgy. And I like the line has come down a little bit. It opened up.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Earlier in the week, it was like minus 170, and now it's minus
I thought that was
45. Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I like Figgy. I see him getting a decision.
Yep. Yeah, I think this fight definitely goes to decision. And I'm on the Figgy side as well, just like what you said. You know, Vera does have power. He's pretty powerful for a bantamweight. He's super durable. He's got cardio. He's super slow starter. He can be low volume at times. He just waits for the right shot and counter. But Figgy, we've seen it in the Cody Garbrandt fight. He took the fight to the mat. He didn't even need to, and he did. He's like, this is the easiest path to victory for me, and he got a sub. Vera, like, if you go back, he hasn't really fought a lot of grapplers, but there is somebody that it's on this card where he fought, and his name is Corey Sandhagen, and he's not really a grappler, and he was able to out-grapple Cheeto very easily and win that fight pretty convincingly. And Figgy's a better grappler than Corey Sandhagen. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that right now. I don't care what anyone says.
Mm-hmm.
So if Corey Sandhagen can do that and get 3 takedowns on Vera and win the fight like that, Figgy can do that all day. And I more times than not, like, Vera's okay playing off his back with elbows, with throwing up some, you know, submissions here and there. Like, he doesn't really work to get up, but Figgy's going to be able to control him on the mat like very easily. Now on the feet, it could, like I said, it could be close, but Figgy's going to be quicker. He might not have a lot of power as Vera does, but I still like Figgy. Like, even on the feet, I think it'll be okay. I just think he's going to land more volume and then shoot a takedown when it's necessary and at the right time. So I think this is a great fight for him. Like you said, now Vera can maybe crack him and maybe get a knockout. He's always going to be live for a knockout for all 3 rounds, obviously. But I mean, you can't really bet like that.
No,
or pick like hoping for a lucky knockout. Like, I just don't see it. So I mean, everybody loves Vera. I get it.
Yeah, it's just like betting that is not a like it. The odds of it consistently happening, it's not going to happen. Like, you're going to lose money. Like, if you do that consistently, you'll lose money on it. But that's just my opinion. And like you were saying, like, the guys he beat, like Pedro Munoz, there to be hit. Rob Font, there to be hit. Frankie Edgar, there to be hit. Like, Figueiredo is going to come out and just kind of bladed karate stance. He's going to be the faster fighter. And I think he can get in and out. Yeah. Because he did. That's exactly what he did against flyweights.
Yeah, I mean, Sean O'Malley was able to do that. I know he's bigger than Figgy by far, but like, he's quick. He's quick on the feet. He's got quick hands. Like, Figgy's got quick hands. He's not going to be as tall or lengthy and tall as O'Malley, but like, Vera's not as quick on the feet as a lot of people think. He's just very powerful, and he has good counters, and he's going to get hit, and he's okay with getting hit to give one back. That's going to be probably more powerful. Like, Rob Font was outlanding him. Rob Font kept getting freaking knocked down. that was a problem.
We've seen his chin isn't the best either.
No,
so.
But he like almost had like, who's out striking on like 2-1. But every freaking round he would get knocked down, and it lost him the round every freaking time. So
I mean, he was losing the Dom Cruz fight until he got the knockout. He was losing the Frankie Edgar fight until he got the knockout. I thought he lost to Pedro Munoz. I don't know how they scored that one, but I also had a bet on Pedro Munoz, so that's probably why. But yeah, so yeah, both on Figgy on this one. I like it.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, like weirdly confident Figgy wins this one. I know a lot of people are on Vera and the line's coming down, but I don't get it.
Oh, also, what's the rate of people coming off of championship losses and with their next fight? I feel like they lose at a pretty high clip.
That I do not know.
I think that's pretty high.
But it would make sense.
I'll have to check the Bet MMA tips stats for that one.
Okay. PK, what's up, man? Is it over? I think it'll be a staring contest. I think it'll be a grappling, wrestling, Figgy getting on top and staying there for a couple of rounds. So either way, I think the over is good for sure. Dirty Reg like Figgy decision. I like that too. If Vera is low output, it wouldn't shock me at all. Yeah, I think it happens. Scotty Law says Cheeto uses UFC fights to mule coke around the world. Choppa doesn't.
That's a new one.
I mean, it's possible.
That's a new one.
Figgy by sub is sneaky to me, plus 700. I would be shocked.
It's tough.
I would be shocked. I would actually want like plus 1,000 for that because Vera. Has he ever been finished? I don't think he has. Ever.
Never been finished. No. Like is his BJJ as good as Figgy's? No, but I think there isn't that big of a gap where like he's gonna get set. Like I think he's proficient enough to stay safe. I just don't think he's.
The only thing
I don't think he's going to use it to get sweeps. I don't think he's going to use it offensively. Yeah. I think he just kind of
Figgy would have to like jump a guillotine, like a sneaky guillotine or something, and get lucky. Like I don't think he can't like club and sub Vera. There's no way.
No.
And I don't think he's going to be able to work for a submission when he's on top getting those takedowns. I don't know.
Also, Vera's 5-9 to the decision. So
yeah, it's crazy.
That's
because
really
he's
bad.
so slow. He always wins round 3.
Yeah.
And he never wins round 1 or 2, or he gets a knockout. So, all righty. We got the co-main, which I think that should have been co-main instead, but Shara Magomedov versus Michelle Oleksiejczuk. Yeah, I'm going to go with Shara, and I know a lot of people, I see a lot of people already did on Oleksiejczuk, but man, his private life or outside of whatever, I don't know what's going on with him. Like on Instagram, he like messaged somebody saying he's probably going to lose the fight. I already saw that. I'm not basing my pick. It's just more confidence with my pick. But not to say Shara is, looked good in his last couple fights, but he still got the win. But he is a very good striker. He's got very good kicks. He doesn't have to worry about being taken down this fight. I mean, can Oleksiejczuk get a takedown? Yeah, but he's not going to be able to keep him down, I don't think. And it's just a classic, kickboxer versus boxer, and I think Shara's going to be able to get him out of there eventually. Probably first or second round. Most of the fights for Oleksiejczuk don't go more than 2 rounds anyways. So, and I don't know how his arm's going to be too. He hurt his arm in his last fight against Kevin Holland, and it wasn't too long ago. So, who knows with that? There's a lot of stuff for Oleksiejczuk taking this fight, and we're in Abu Dhabi. Magomedov. I think this is kind of a setup fight. Personally, I'll just say it now. So I like Shara to win first or second round knockout. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I think this definitely goes under 2.5 for sure. That would be my play in this one. But I've always been a fan of Mikhail. I think he's just kind of like, he knows what he is, and he's just a boxer that comes forward.
Great. And he knows.
Yeah, like I don't know about the arm. I think he just dislocated it. So, you pop it back in, it's fine, but it's not like a break. And the comment did worry me, but on Instagram, but that could also be lost in translation. Who knows? Shara's.
It was in English.
Oh, okay. There you go. Maybe it was good. Maybe it was a translate. I don't know. Who knows? Know.
But I did read it in English, so I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get you. I mean, he dropped Holland in the first round, and then lost by sub immediately after that. But I get he's gonna come forward. He's gonna crowd. What do you do against a kicker? You crowd a kicker. He's the younger fighter. Surprisingly, he has a ton more fights. He only has lost by decision once. He's only been KO'd once. He has 6 sub losses. Shara's not gonna sub him. I think he could find a head kick knockout like Chidi almost did against Mikhail, and then Mikhail came back and just outdogged him. So Mikhail's going to have the heavier hands. He might not be the bigger fighter, but he's a former light heavyweight. I like the under in this one. I wish that the Mikhail line was a little wider, because then I'd probably hit it. So maybe pause on that, but I'm going to wait a little longer and see if the Mikhail line widens a little bit, but I've been looking to fade Shara since he came into the fight to the UFC, because Bruno Silva gave him the fight he wanted, and then he got taken, and then he took Shara down. And who does Bruno? Bruno doesn't take anybody down, and Bruno's a shell of his former self. So, yeah, I wouldn't be laying Shara in any parlays, because Mikhail can crack, dude, and it's just not good. Does Shara have the hands to get that respect from Mikhail, because if not, like, you can't back up and kick effectively. It's just like you're not going to get any power. You're going to tire out so fast. So, I mean, I could see Shara using that teep kick, keep range, and then just he's so explosive on the feet with his kicks. But if Mikhail crowds him, this is a lot closer of a fight than the line indicates.
You think Shara would shoot a takedown?
If he was smart, I think he would after the first round. I don't think that Mikhail would expect it. Mikhail, like you said, Mikhail's not even training anymore, from what it seems. Like, he's not at his camp.
I think he's just training with his buddies. Literally.
You know what? The guy does what is he, 29 years old? I mean, he's not even like a real man yet. So, no, you know what I mean? Like, he's not.
Okay. I'm like, shit.
No, you know what I mean? Like, he's not like an adult. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, he's not like 35 where he's like, I can settle down now. Like, he's like 29. He's like, what are you doing, dude? You gotta make money.
Few mortgages.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd be over Shar if this was a closer line for him, but I just think it's another prove me spot for him. Just on short notice against a guy that's a dog. He's gonna bring it, and he's gonna be in your face from the jump. So
my thing is, I think Oleksiejczuk needs a finish. I don't think he's gonna win a decision.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, he's 4-1 to the decision. Mikhail is so.
But
just a thought, but
we're in Abu Dhabi.
That is true. Mm-hmm.
It better be a clear win. It ain't gonna happen.
I think Mikhail is going to tire out too as well. I don't think he has the gas tank, especially it's in Abu Dhabi in the summer. It's going to be so hot there. Like, these fighters are going to be I think they're going to gas quicker than normal, just like they would be down in Brazil.
Yep. Let's see. Okay. We got the main event, which is going to be crazy. Let me get to it. Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. I guess we already know who we're picking, but you can go ahead and break it down.
Yeah, man. So I got Corey in this fight. I just think this is a little too soon for Umar. I think Umar has everything to be a very, very good fighter. I just think Corey's showed he's showed improvements in every single one of his fights, and I've never seen him this confident. I think he's going to be the better striker. He's going to be the much taller fighter. Like Umar says he's 5'8". I don't think he's 5'8". And
I think he's 5'8".
Maybe. I saw him against next to Figgy, and he was the same height as Figgy. Is Figgy?
No way.
Yeah, he saw them next to each other.
There's no way.
Okay, maybe he was like an inch or two taller, but it wasn't that much.
Dude, if Umar is 5'5", he needs to be a flyweight now. There's no way.
Yeah, man. But I mean, I could see the southpaw issue with with Umar being an issue for Corey, but Corey's such a high level striker. He's shown very good improvements in his wrestling. Like, he's talked about how he's grinded day in and day out on his wrestling since he got subbed by Aljo. I think he's a much bigger competitor and is has that dog in him than we give him credit. I think he's super tough, and I can't see Umar holding him down for 5 rounds. So, and I think that's his path to victory. I don't think that he's going to be able to outstrike Corey. I'm also a big fan of Corey. So I just think that the price at plus 250 is ridiculous, considering Sandhagen's level of competition has been Rob Font, Marlon Vera, Song Yudong, Piotr Yan, TJ Dillashaw, Aljamain Sterling. That's a crazy, 3 former champions, and he arguably beat TJ Dillashaw. Should have beat him. I just think that, and Umar's wins are Beksat Alkaman, who's pretty good, Raoni Barcelos, old as hell, Nate Maness, RIP in the UFC.
He knocked him out the way he did is impressive.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, caught him. But I just think this is a massive step up in competition. And if the line was closer, I'd probably be on Umar. It's just, you're giving me a plus 245 against, he's a bigger dog than he was against Piotr Yan on short notice. So I have to take the odds here on Corey.
Okay. No, I get it. I don't hate it. But I am on Umar because I think the striking is a little bit closer than you might think. And I know the grappling is going to be grappling and wrestling is going to be way better on the Umar side. Again, Corey Sandhagen definitely has fought the better competition, 100%. But what I'm not seeing in his resume since the Aljamain Sterling fight is he's only been fighting mainly strikers that does not have the grappling and wrestling as Umar does. So that's where I think this fight, like where it like widens a bit, which is why I get the line maybe not as high as it is now, maybe earlier. But yeah, and it's not that Umar, he doesn't have bad cardio. I've never seen him slow down. He's won basically almost every round he's fought. I don't even know if he's lost a round, to be honest. And I've seen, Sandhagen, get taken down kind of easy and controlled. And he, like, not against good grapplers. I'm not saying against bums, but I think Umar he's good. Like, maybe not Aljo. They're different, types of grapplers, but it's just the wrestling, man. He can just go into wrestling mode and then go back into striking like instantly. It's just crazy. And like, I think the talent is there. I know this is a big step up. I'm not saying it's not, but I think he can match the step here. It's not like, I don't think it's just the name value. It's not like Abubakar, you know what I mean? Like
right.
Abubakar, no way. He would never win this fight. But Umar is like legit. And, but this is going to be a good fight. It probably will go to decision. I just think Umar can wrestle and he can win the rounds that way, win the minutes. I just don't know if there's going to be a lot of big moments from either guy. I think it's going to be kind of one of those, maybe not as bad as Corey Sandhagen versus Rob Font, but like I can see maybe like 2 rounds, like Umar gets control for like 3 minutes and wins that round, like 2 of those rounds. And then those 3 rounds are going to be close. And then you're like, well, probably it's going to be Umar because he won 2 clearly and one of those. But I mean, Corey's always going to be live for a crazy knockout. He's got crazy unorthodox striking too. But I mean, Umar, I don't know, man. I was thinking, man, I was like, man, Corey can do this. And I'm like thinking about it more and more. And I'm looking at the tape and I'm like, if Umar has the game plan of wrestle when he can, and not gas out in the 4th and 5th rounds, which I don't think he will, but maybe he'll slow down a bit. Like I think he can pull off a 48-47 decision. I don't see a finish though. If there is a finish, it's probably going to be a Umar submission. That's it, because he has a very good rear naked choke if he can take the back. That's it. I don't think there's going to be a knockout, or a Corey Sandhagen finish, if you want to say. But I do think this fight goes to decision though. It'll be a very fun fight though.
Yeah, I agree. If Corey were to lose a 49-48, I'd be like, with my plus 245 bet, I'm like, that's a win. Like, he covered the price. No,
true. No, I mean, what's Corey Sandhagen plus 5.5, 100? I don't mind that. I think Corey can win 2 rounds. I really do. I think it's going to be very close.
I think,
so that's something you can think about if you want to be a little bit safer too.
We've never seen Umar go 5, so I think this is Umar's card. Like this is like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
this is his first main event. He was supposed to main event in Nashville, which I think would have been a much easier and less pressure situation for him. I know, Johnny, I'm sorry.
Well, it just sucks because like whenever I go to UFC events, I think I've been to 4 and 2 of them, the main event got switched around. Ooh, and that was one I was like super excited for. I was like, mother effer, dude.
Yeah, I've been to 2. I went to the 2 in New York City the past 2 years, so those were pretty good fights. So
yeah. The UFC Austin, the first one they did recently, not the last one they did, but the one prior to that, where they had like 10 knockouts, and I think it was like who was it? It was Cater versus Emmett. That one. That was like a
they robbed Cater blind.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
It was ridiculous. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, of course, I had a big Cater bet. I'm like, "Oh,
I did too."
I have this in the bag.
That would have been like a crazy win. I came out with like 0.2 units or something. I'm like, fucking hell, dude.
Classic.
But let's see what the chat says, and we'll get right into our bets here. We'll talk it out here. Abu Dhabi is going to be dry heat. Yeah, it's gonna be so, and hotter than Derek Lewis's bowels. Yep. I'll take the over 4.5. I think that's safe. I think the play is Umar by decision, but the bet for me is Umar around 5. Umar around 5 sub. I don't mind it. Hey, Johnny, thoughts on Shamil's physique? Like a bag of milk. Something like that.
I was going to say potato. I think bag of milk's worse.
Potato sack. Something along those
He's a
lines.
sack of potatoes.
All right, let's start out with the easy parlay here. What's something you're looking at? Maybe like
Awesome,
minus 240 range, or
Yeah, so
Doesn't have to
I'm
be exactly,
thinking the Dern Godinez over 2.5 is going to be my
I like
at
that.
minus two. Let's see what it is.
Minus 250. We can
Minus
take that.
250. Yeah.
Okay, let's find something else that's a little bit better so we can get plus money. Unless you're super confident, and then I'm okay with not being plus money.
Let me see.
What's some super confident plays here? I mean, are you super confident in Dumas money line?
Yes, but I also had a possible larger prop on him that I was going to throw in there.
Okay.
So,
gotcha.
I mean, I am confident in the Dumas line. I am confident in Gaziev, and I'm confident in Guram. Yeah, let's go with.
Let's see what else we got.
I'm good with the Dumas. I'm good with Dumas. Yeah, I think he wins at a pretty high clip, but I also get it.
Are you more confident in Guram or Dumas?
Probably Dumas, because Vucenic has it. He's like he could win by submission. It's a big possibility. Like he pulled he has a nasty guillotine. So
are you on?
Doesn't work on high level. What?
Are you on Loopy? Do you think
I am on? Yes, I am on Loopy to win.
I mean, if we want to get a little bit better price, plus 3.5, minus 1.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
About that.
Yeah, let's do that. That's the play.
Then we can do like a super safe one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I like that one.
Over 2.5 in the Vera Figgy fight.
What's that line to?
It's minus 298, but both of them together is plus 114.
I like that.
Loopy
That's a good price.
3.5 over 2.5 in the Vera Figgy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think there's gonna be a finish in that fight either.
Nope. And if it is, it's gonna be late.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's ride.
Awesome. Let's go. Lock that in.
Let's see. Loopy plus 3.5 and over 2.5 Figgy Vera equals. All right. This is going to be the easy money parlay of the week. I like it.
Me
the
too.
only thing that would maybe people will be worried about would be Dern getting a submission, right? I mean, that's about it. Like, there's not going to be a finish in Figgy versus Vera.
I don't see it.
And I think Loopy will definitely win one round.
Mm-hmm. And Loopy showed she has the defensive grappling to hang with a person like Dern when she fought Verna.
Yep, love it. All right, let's do the risky beer money parlay.
Nice.
What's something are you thinking?
I'm thinking Dumas by sub.
I like
plus 260. It's plus 260 on Bet Online right now. Hopefully get a better price when that drops in DraftKings.
What do you think? And I'm just gonna throw it out there. Dumas sub rounds 1 or 2.
I think that's when he gets it done. Yeah, he's gonna get it. He would have to get it done in the first 2 rounds.
I don't know what that price is yet because I'm sure FanDuel doesn't have that. But
I like that for sure.
That's gonna be above minus 260.
I think he once he gets Dennis down, I think he'll be able to do what he wants. Yeah, like he'll be able to get some ground and pound. Like I think it's gonna take at most 2 takedowns for him to find a finish. Because Dennis he's not getting back up. Like that's the thing. And Dumas has very good control. Like he will definitely chill in half guard or full will chill in half guard for longer than he should. But I think he's gonna be hunting for a finish. So I like Dumas 1-2 sub for sure.
All right, on. Let's do that one then, and then we'll do one more. What do you have any other play you think?
Let's see.
I'm looking. I'm looking at the. Dang it! Never mind.
Oh.
Never mind. We already got a play on that one. I'm not touching that one. Who are we both on? Shamil?
We're both on Shamil. We're both on Cow. We're both on Guram.
I want to do Fernandes by decision. I know you're on the KO though.
I mean, what's the price? Plus
you said
250?
It was like plus 250.
Yeah. No, that's not bad.
Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking.
Yeah. I
wonder what Shamil. What's Shamil round 1 KO? I'm just wondering.
Let me take a look.
Maybe FanDuel has a good price for like rounds 1, 2 KO.
Shamil round 1 KO is probably going to be around plus 300. That's what it's at Bet Online right now.
Plus 300?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Then it would be like maybe like.
I mean, it was bet down from plus 400, so it's a popular play.
That could be an option if you want. Let's see what else we can maybe do.
Yeah.
We're both on Murzakanov.
Mm-hmm. Murzakanov.
What's the KO prop for him? Just straight up KO.
Plus 125. Wow. They're really expecting it. Mm-hmm.
Do you think he gets a third? Oh, he has got a third round KO before. Damn it.
Murzakanov or Menifield? Murzakanov. Yeah, Murzakanov plus.
It was
Murzakanov in round 3 is plus 900, which is pretty. That's not even high. That's crazy.
Yeah, he has gotten 1 KO in the third round against who was it?
Devin Clark. Oh no, that was in Chukwi. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had a bet on
fight too,
Stefan, and I was so mad.
He's winning. Yeah,
I was so happy. I'm like, oh, and then boom.
Yeah.
The stupid corner was like, go out there and get aggressive. It's like he tried, and then it got lit up.
Alvarez by TKO is plus 315. Yeah, the Alvarez TKO is 315, and then the sub is 315. So it's the same on Bet Online.
Both on Figgy. I'm trying to look at fights that we're both on. What's Guram by decision? Just for shits and gigs.
Let's take a look. Now I'm in PFL. Shit. No. Okay. Yeah, I like Guram by decision as well. I mean, Vucenic is tough as nails. It's terrible. It's plus 105. Yeah. I like Shamil round 1. I wish there was Shamil round 1 too.
Yeah, I wish I would know what the odds are. Well, it might work. It might work out because if we're gonna do what Dumas sub 1-2 is gonna be higher than what you said it was gonna be for just sub.
And the sub is plus 260.
So that might be like 400, and then maybe the Shamil might be like 200. If we did KO rounds 1 or 2. I like that. I like that for a beer money parlay. I think that's hits at a higher clip than it should. I like it. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's something like equivalent on fight odds for some stupid reason. 300. No, they don't.
Mikhail Oleksiejczuk by KO is plus 450. I'm just kidding.
Let's roll with that.
Yeah, let's go.
I think it'll be above plus 1,000 or so. Dumas sub rounds. Whenever FanDuel puts that out, I'll go ahead and make that bet. They always take forever, but
yeah, that'll come out tomorrow.
There's the beer money parlay. Hopefully it's over to 1,000, but if not, I'll put a little extra on it just to make it juicy.
Yeah, I like it. Have you hit on a beer money parlay yet?
Just once, and it was me and 138 MMA Tyler. We hit Macy Chiesa inside the distance, and we got lucky with that one. And what was the other one? Crap. Oh, it was the Pereira Yuri fight to end in round 2.
I mean, that's a good call. Yeah.
I know we called our shots. And we're like,
those are both really good calls. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah.
There's been like a few times like our beer money parlay was like on the right path, but it just like it didn't happen. Like we missed it by like a round. We didn't get the round right, or it was a KO instead of a sub, or vice versa. Like we were so close a couple times. But it's just fun. It's like $5-10. Just throw it down. Maybe we can get honored. $5 or $10 to win 150 or whatever.
Yeah, get some beer. That's exactly what it's meant
use
for.
all I do is that money is just beer money, and I literally just buy it with beer, and that's great.
Yeah. If you were on Bedoya, I would like Bedoya KO plus 400, but
yeah, I don't mind it. Do you want to do that instead of Gaziev?
Nah, because now that's gonna happen, and now we're gonna
watch it.
We gotta leave it. We gotta leave it. Yeah, I'm going with my gut, so I'm gonna keep it with this one.
Want to keep it with this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that then. But all right, guys, that is it for you. We'll get the bet out as soon as we can as well, and I'll post it on Twitter and all that good stuff. Before we get out of here, Maestro, let everybody know where they can find you, what you got going on, and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. First off, thanks for having me. Thanks for everybody for rocking with us for the past 2 hours. Great way to spend a Wednesday night. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at MMA Maestro. I'm on Dub Club now at MMA Maestro. You can find that all on my Twitter links. Yeah, I'm excited for this card, man. Excited for the next couple of fight nights, minus the next one after this one. Sergey Spivak, ugh. But yeah, man, thanks for having me on. Shout out the chat. You guys are great. Shout out everybody that was there. Excited for this fight card, and thanks for having me again, man.
Right on, anytime. Yeah, his link is in the description below, so definitely go check that out. Give him a follow. Go sign up for his club dub, all that good stuff. And then we'll see you back next week. And lucky for everybody, I am going to do a watch-along fight companion this Saturday. So if you want to come hang out with us, I got Effie coming on. I got Patty from Addicted to Combat coming on. We're going to hang out, drink some whiskey. It's going to be fun. I invited MMA Maestro to come on as well if he's available. So I'm going to have maybe a few other guests too, but definitely those two are going to be there for the whole time. And yeah, we're going to have fun. So if you're bored, you want to watch us yell at the TV or listen to us and not listen to DC and John Anik and all that stuff, come hang out with us and we'll do some stupid fun bets and all that good stuff. So thank you everybody for showing up. Thanks for the chat. Appreciate everybody and all the donations. Take care and good luck with your picks and your bets. And see you next time.